Right, let's get going. Okay, let's look at the NASDAQ first. So this NASDAQ is on fire. And we're broken out of that funnel pattern. So we had a good couple of days last week. 15th, when was that? Oh, it's weekly, isn't it? Yeah. So we're coming right into this April 22 drop zone. But we are, and the RSI is overbought, but hey, at the moment, there is no reason to sell this market. At the moment, we look as if who knows, we may even go to back to the 21 highs. So until we get any sort of significant sell signal on that weekly, we need to back off on any shorts. Let's have a look at the daily. Yeah, so we've got, drag the daily over. So this is fib to last year. And so the real resistance area is that March 22, 15,200. So we are 800 pips odd off of that. However, if we struggle at any point and start closing underneath this, we need to get short. But in the meantime, that is holding up. And if we break out of this resistance up here, then we're going to see 15,200 pretty quick. This RSI can stay overbought for as long as it likes, but it is this is a standard RSI. It's not haven't done any adjustments to the indicator. But you can see the big wall of resistance up there on that 15,200. We are obviously in June, sell in May and go away. Well, that's been scrubbed. And we've got triple witching coming up, obviously, on the 16th. So let's see how we hold up. Typically, triple witching does wobble this market, because if we look at June last year, yeah, this is the same period last year. We wobbled and fell right back and didn't pick up until July. But at the moment, that is not happening. Okay, other markets. Quick look at the S&Ps. That's behaving in a very similar way. That's 4,300. Obviously, we're very, very close to that now. 4,300 was where we fell on mid to like second half of August. Dow sitting right up in that resistance area already. This is a very, very different chart to the NASDAQ. That's big push on Thursday, Friday. So we need, this needs to hold, and we need to break through that 700, 750. Okay, in the meantime, Europe, there's FTSE, and the FTSE has already had that breakdown. So a retest of the other side of that would put it at about 7,700. So, I mean, yeah, we've potentially got head and shoulders here. Just noticing that if there's a potential head and shoulders. If we hold above that triangle, then this is going back up to those highs. Start breaking down here, and we're going to see March lows. So let's put 20-day average on it. Yeah, we're not above the 20-day average. So if all we do is knock into this 76.80, etc., then we're in trouble. Right, gold. I think gold is very, very buyable down here. If we break under, we're broken under this trend line temporarily. If we end up with a higher close on that, then by 1940, 1950, it should take us back up to the highs and beyond. This is very viable here on the gold. The oil. So we dropped out of the support and pinged back up. I think we need to come back into Friday's level. I think we need to come back into 70.71. And if we hold that, then I think we can get that back up to 85 plus. I think we need a deeper pullback into 70.20. Last year's low has been better. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. Yeah, we need that to pull back into at least 71, ideally. If that's not going to do it, then we may need to buy. I may need to buy higher at 72.50, 73, or is it under 73 at the moment? But I'd like a deeper pullback into 71 at least before picking that up. Let's look at the daily. Yeah. Right. Euro. I actually think that euro is pretty bullish. We're underneath the 20-day average. We had a buy signal here on the 1st of June. We're pulling back into that buy zone. I think that euro is higher. I think if that gets above 107, I can see that pushing up. If that's the case, that's good for the US markets. Right, let's go across to, let's have a look at NVIDIA, get an update on NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been an incredible success. So we got this breakout pattern here in October last year, pulled right the way back in January. And then we got this pattern in January. And ever since that closed above there in mid-Jan, all these pullbacks have got bought. This is a daily chart. Wow, there's a lot of profit taking going on up there. I think that could come all the way back to 308. I think that could, so often when it breaks up so hard and fast, the market pings back. I think that might ping back. If so, I think that's eminently viable. Let's have a look at this sector. Let's have a look at AMD. Okay, it's a chip maker, not a board maker. Yeah, so AMD's hit on 31.50. I think that's, if we see 108 on that, I think that's viable. Let's have a look at, tell me what you're looking at while I search around here. QCOM. QCOM's behind the curve. So I think QCOM could be a good option here. QCOM support is 107. Decent volume there. I think QCOM could follow. Where is... I think the big line in the sand for QCOM is here. I think it's the 105 area. That pops back to 105. I think that's viable. MU. Now that is struggling up there. 63 is a potential buy zone in that one. We'll look at see what Tesla's doing. Netflix has recovered quite a lot of that big drop from April last year. I have to, hands up. I've been very, very distracted this last week, so I've not done a proper scan. So I hands up. I'm not coming into this properly prepared. So I'm just giving you a general outlook at the moment. Let's look at the US financials. JPM. If we pull back into 135 and hold, I think JPM can push up. Close underneath this little area here and hold on to your hats because that's going to peel right back. This is a big problem area for JPM. Big, big problem area. Let's look at Amex. Holding up very well on very handsome volume. Apple. Let's just look at the bellwethers. Wow. Apple that's gone from 124 getting to 118, 180 and a half. Right, let's look at anything you want me to look at, Cecil? And anybody else? I think this FCX is waking up. I'll look at commodities in a minute. I think this is it's gapped up here. I think that 35.70 is a buy. You know what? I'm not even sure you'll see that 35, that drop into 35. You may, if you're interested, you may need to buy higher. CCJ. Wow. Yeah, that's done well, isn't it? Well, again, there's actually a gap there, isn't there? There's a gap at 27.80. I'd love to see that gap fill and even go down to 27. There's a lot of congestion above it, so I would be very patient and look and see if that can come back to 28, 27, 28. We had a spectacular increase in volume on the first. You've got to be careful that doesn't just just doesn't fall off of here after all this major resistance. Hi, Steve, good to see you. Yeah, it's had a good run, and it's a very congested area. So I would ideally look for a pullback. But I think these commodities. Let's look at the commodities for a moment. The wheat is at long last. The wheat's done a move down to 580, and that's currently 630. I'd love to see $6 again. Anyway, I think this wheat is in play now. Just need possible. The volume's really coming in on that wheat. Let's look across to the copper. I think copper's in play as well. Everything's in place there. The volume, the push higher. So that bodes well for FCX and all other commodity related stocks like CCJ. I think these are all good stuff. I'm struggling with my platform here. Key area for copper. So we broke up here in November last year for that one, and that is pushing back up. So I would ideally be patient and look for 80, 81. Soybeans. So I'm flicking around. Yeah, I think that's loving that. Let's look at the gas, natural gas. This is a key area. That's a huge level of support. This is the time to buy gas. This is normally the right time of year to buy gas. The contracts that feed into next winter are already getting signed up. Because if we close above that 27, I think that's going to pop. And cyclically, this is a good time to get into gas. And the volume suggests the money is coming in as well. I'm just going to look through a few UK stocks now. Barclays hitting resistance, but looking good. I'll tell you what, though, I think, bear in mind what I've said about the FTSE is lagging. And this is a good bellwether to watch, because if that starts closing underneath that anytime soon, we push right back into a key resistance area and drop lower. So I think whatever direction this Barclay comes out of on this little triangle, could be key to what the FTSE is doing. Right. Energy. I think it's for UK traders, I think this Tullow is definitely in play. Let's pull back nicely to 25 today. I think Tullow is going to bust up. 65. Yeah, look at that. We're coming right back into January 21 levels. That's January 21 on the left there. So this is a key price level for UK traders. Let's look at iGas. Wow, been really beaten up. Right, forget that. PSC I haven't looked at for a while. Right, any other US stuff you want me to look at, Cecil? Look at Walmart. Because next year is election year, isn't it? A great break up there. So if that holds, Walmart could potentially go back up to 150 plus. And again, I think Walmart is a good bellwether, isn't it? If for any stage this Walmart stalls, that could be a good indication as to the general mood of the market. Goldman Sachs. Now that's interesting. Goldman Sachs is struggling. That is very interesting. Because if Goldman's can't do it, then be careful. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to keep an eye on these. Very interested in the commodities, particularly wheat. I think copper's good on a pullback. Therefore, copper miners like FCX and the other guys, CCJ's pulled away, so you need a pullback on that one. So overall, at the moment, the market's looking good. We've just got triple watching to get through and to see if the market can sustain this. And I like the gold, obviously. Well, I say obviously, full stop. I like the gold. Let's look at the dollar. And I think the euro has got a chance of popping. I think even the euro could pop up here, which could keep the markets higher. That to me looks like a very bullish pullback. Last week we touched the 8-day moving average. Right, listen, I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I'm not FLR, right, so I didn't see your FLR. Let me look at FLR. That's another one you've been trading off and on, isn't it? Ooh, I had a big spring in its step last Friday. That needs a pullback. I still think that could see 27.50, 29. That's what. Let me start again. Yeah, but I still think you might see 27.70, 28. That's had a big volume bar. We had a buy signal down there on 15th of May. Pulled back into that same zone 31st of May. So I will be, if you're not in that, I'll be patient. But it's looking good. It's looking very good, in fact. Same thing happened over here on the 4th of August. We powered up, kept going for a while, then pulled right back on the 14th of October before running. So that's what I would hope FLR would do if we saw closer to 27.70, 28. Yeah, thanks for bringing that to my attention. That's a good one. Brilliant. All right, thanks for joining me, guys. And I'm going to get back in the groove this week. So expect more noise from me and more suggestions, etc. And I'll talk to you soon.